And now to our inside look at the troubled Baltimore City Detention Center. Early this year, a federal grand jury indicted 13 correctional officers, accusing them of working with the Black Guerrilla Family Street Gang.
Well, smuggling, drugs, money laundering. Several of those officers even had sex inside the jail with inmates, and some of them getting pregnant.
Now, the tour today was intended to show what has changed in the past 7 months. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer has our continuing coverage tonight.
State corrections officials say they have taken back control of the Baltimore City Detention Center from the Black Guerrilla Family Street Gang. They gave us a tour of the facility in an attempt to show that much has changed since the indictments came down in April, and they say more is still to be done. It is dingy and depressing, but relatively quiet.
Anywhere from 250 to 300 men a day go to court from this area.
This is the Baltimore City Detention Center, filled with, on any given day, more than 2,500 men awaiting trial on criminal charges. They live 2 to a cell, 5 by 10 rooms with a bunk bed, a metal toilet, and not much else. The FBI found earlier this year that the BCDC had been taken over by the Black Guerrilla Family Street Gang, and they are still here.
That's the major gang that comes in. So they're still coming through all the time. You can't preclude that.
But now prison system officials say they have the tools to fight back. Since the indictments came down, a new surveillance system has been installed with more than 200 cameras recording the detainees. Also, these are the so-called working men in the green jumpsuits. In April, the FBI found that 90% of them were Black Guerrilla family members, able to move freely around the jail, delivering contraband. Now the working men are screened with the help of city police, and then there are the correctional officers. Through April, it was easy for corrupt officers to bring drugs or cell phones through security. Random, thorough searches have made that more difficult.
I think we're well on our way back on track.
There's a classroom for detainees to work on their GED. A new dining room opens in January, intended to keep contraband from being spread through the jail in food carts, which officials say happens now. And this box is part of a new system that will prevent cell phone calls from being made within the jail's walls. It could go online late this year. A lot of changes since a devastating scandal, but the biggest change won't happen anytime soon. The state's highest prison official says after 154 years, it's time for a new Baltimore City Detention Center.
In due time, this will be replaced.
The secretary says an entirely new facility could cost upwards of $300 million. State legislators have already been here touring it to try and find out how they can make that happen at some point in the future. Reporting from East Baltimore, Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.